I'm Steve Turano with Ask a Real Expert. Simon from Sweden is asking about a low-carb, high-fat diet. He says, Steve, is this going to affect my ability to build muscle, maintain or increase my strength? After 8 or 10 weeks, will I lose my energy? Well, that's going to depend on how hard an individual trains. When somebody is training consistently and with great intensity, the biggest issue is replacing muscle sugar or glycogen so that person can get ready for the next workout. If you don't do this, you begin to feel tired, your workouts begin to fade, your strength and stamina begins to fail. That's why I tell people when you're training hard and consistently, you want to take in some type of sugary drink like Gatorade after your workout because that speeds the glycogen replacement process. So again, as you're training day after day, week after week, your body's able to replace that glycogen so you can get ready for your next workout. But if you're not training hard, really isn't going to make a difference. Proteins can be converted into sugars. So the real answer is you can utilize proteins to replace glycogen. But the question is, it's going to depend on you. How hard are you training? Are those proteins going to be able to replace your glycogen in enough time to get you ready for your next workout? So my suggestion is you try it. You tell me how you feel. Because if you're not training crazy hard or very consistently, you might be able to do it. Me, I can't do it. I gotta have some type of carbohydrates in my diet because I just don't have the snap if I don't. Will it affect your size and your strength? Again, depends on how hard you train. Does it affect my size? Well, we all feel bigger when we're, filled with carbohydrates and water. Maybe it's a perception thing. I don't think I look any bigger. Does it affect my strength? Absolutely, because I don't have that power, that snap, because I haven't replaced that glycogen in my muscles. And just eating protein in and of itself just doesn't do it for me. Now again, when we're talking about carbohydrates, we're not talking about chips and toaster strudels and pastries and things like that. We're talking about healthy carbohydrates. And you also have to remember this, that if you're an athlete and you're training consistently with intensity, your body utilizes carbohydrates much better. Your body doesn't release tons of insulin in order to clear the sugar from the bloodstream because your body's utilizing that sugar. And therefore, your body doesn't require as much insulin because your body assimilates sugar and uses insulin much better. So when you hear these things about low-carb diets, they're the best, that's not quite accurate because you can still get fat on a low-carb diet if you eat enough calories. Because weight loss comes from a calorie deficit, regardless of what you eat. Is it a little easier to lose weight on a lower carbohydrate diet? Yes, it is, because the average person isn't very active, doesn't utilize carbohydrates very well. They store fat rather quickly because they're not active. Their metabolism doesn't utilize calories effectively. And as they become lazier and fatter, their body has to use more insulin to clear the sugar from the bloodstream and pull it into the cells for utilization. So that is why, as Americans become fatter and fatter and fatter, type 2 diabetes becomes greater and greater because they become more insulin resistant. So that means their body has to produce more and more insulin to clear all those excess sugars that they're eating from their bloodstream. But if you're an athlete and you train hard and you don't eat all those garbage carbohydrates and your body's utilizing these sugars quickly and efficiently, then you don't have to worry about them. You can eat carbohydrates, be big, be strong, and have enough energy. So Simon, you're going to have to experiment with this. And again, tell me how you're feeling. I'm Steve Turano. Train smart, train hard.